Greetings on a Wednesday evening, June the 29th. That means you still have time to get in the June entries for the $50 Layman's gift card to Layman's.com. Layman's, the sponsor of the Lowdown, presented by our friends in Kidron at Layman's Hardware and Old Time General Store. The Lowdown talking about the stories that are of interest to those of you in our PressProsMagazine.com audience. And right now, I know what you're thinking. Why is there a football picture of the Marion local Flyers after winning the state championship on the front page of PressProsMagazine.com? Because today is the day that the new site at PressPros debuts. And you're like, wait a second, that looks an awful lot like the old site, Bruce. That's because it is the old site. You know, when you start a new site, you get a lot of web traffic for a column like this by our editor and founder, Sonny Folks, about the journey of PressPros, 13 years, and the remake of the website. And it generates a lot of traffic, and the new website was not quite ready for that level of traffic. And so many people wanting to read his column, and so we put the old site back up to handle the web traffic. But trust me, the new site will be back up again. Some of you got to look at it today. It's awesome. Same big pictures, same great writing that you've come to know and love from PressProsMagazine.com. All right, let's talk about the top stories going on today. Ohio State released its non-conference basketball schedule for 2022-23. Brand new team. Zed Key, about the only returnee you are going to recognize. A bunch of freshmen, a bunch of transfers. Chris Holtman is back, but a lot of his staff members are new. And boy, do they have a challenging non-conference schedule. We already knew they were going to play at Duke in the ACC Big Ten. Don't say shootout, say challenge. Shootout is politically incorrect. And they were going to play North Carolina December the 17th in the CBS Sports Classic. But today we found out they're going to play in the Maui Invitational, and we found out who's in the Maui Invitational. And wow, there are some intriguing matchups or possible matchups. Creighton is in it. Greg McDermott of Creighton was the guy who Ohio State almost hired before they hired Holtman. Cincinnati is in it, so you got to go all the way to Maui to play Cincinnati. Arkansas is in it, and Arizona is in it. Those are some really good basketball teams. San Diego State is in it. They're usually very, very good. Temple is in it. And so we'll see. We don't know who Ohio State's going to draw, but that's a very, very good field, a strong field. And I don't know. I've made my trip out to Lahaina and the Maui Civic Center for the Maui Invitational, 2 or 3 times in my career. Maybe this will be another time. We'll see if PressPros can put that in the budget for travel to Maui. I don't know. What do you think? Think I can get that past Sonny or not? If I had Terry McLaurin money, I could. Congratulations to the former Ohio State wide receiver. He gets paid 3 years, $71 million from the Washington. Do you know the name? No, not football team. Commanders. The Washington Commanders pay former Buckeye Terry McLaurin. How many teams are going to be paying Ohio State wide receivers over the next decade? Wow, lots of them, right? And more coming in. That's why Ohio State's football recruiting class is rated #1 in the country right now. But watch out, watch out. There are always schools that continue to move their ratings numbers, and Notre Dame and Alabama are right there, and we'll see how it shakes out. But Ohio State's having a very, very good year recruiting so far. You want to see what is behind this story by Sonny Folks called Time and Change and People I Wish Could See It? Well, he talks about my old boss at the Troy Daily News, Jim Morris. Let's see if we got a picture of Big Mo. There's Dale Megas, Sonny's roommate at Ohio State. It's one of the guys that he wishes he could see. There's Big Mo. You people in Troy remember Jim Morris. What a great guy. What an awesome guy, phenomenal guy Big Mo was. I miss him. And boy, oh boy, did he give me a break. First sports writing job in my career came from that man right there, Jim Morris at the Troy Daily News. So blame him. Blame him. No, Jim Morris, peach of a guy. Okay, what else is going on? Cleveland Browns. Who's going to play quarterback for the Browns this year? Not Deshaun Watson. Looks like he's going to be suspended for an entire year. What about Baker Mayfield? Well, Baker Mayfield says he and the Browns are ready to move on. Are they? Should they be? Like, this is how sports does not work like the real world. If you are under contract to work at a job and you don't like your boss and your boss doesn't like you, do you get to sit at home and get paid? No. But in Baker Mayfield's world and in the Cleveland Browns' dysfunctional world, apparently they're willing to pay him $18.5 million to just sit around and do nothing. Now, There are those who believe that he will be traded to the Carolina Panthers or to the Seattle Seahawks. I have sources very close to the situation that tell me that the Cleveland Browns, for some reason, are not really interested in trading Baker Mayfield for Sam Darnold, and the Seahawks don't really have anybody that the Browns want. So they want draft picks, and I don't think anybody's going to give up a draft pick for Baker Mayfield, the quarterback the Browns clearly don't want, or he would be at minicamp, and he would be there when they open training camp, because guess what? Deshaun Watson likely, well, he will be, but he won't be able to play. He'll be able to go through the preseason, and that'll be it, because he'll be suspended. Of course, he can appeal it, but I don't look for Deshaun Watson to get to play. So the Browns are, one snap away from Josh Dobbs being their quarterback. That's why they should trade for Sam Darnold, or that's why they should say, hey, Baker, you're under contract, show up and play. Besides, Baker should want to show up and play, because if he's going to be a free agent in 2023, then why would he not want to take a starting job in the NFL in 2022 with a team that's ready to win? Because he got his feelings hurt? Please. Again, sports does not work like the real world works. Okay, what else do I have for you? Oh, of course, follow us on Instagram, PressPros Magazine. Follow us on Twitter at PressPros Mag. And follow us to Layman's Hardware, an old-time general store in Kidron. Here's the gift card, $50, and you can get it. How? How can I get it, Bruce? Tell me. All right, I'll tell you. I'll even put it on the crawl for you. You send an email to pressproscontest@gmail.com, pressproscontest@gmail.com, and you could win a $50 gift card. In case you didn't hear me, there it is right there. pressproscontest@gmail.com. Also, when you go to leymans.com, LEHMANS.com, use the code PressPros10 and you will get 10% off your order. What can you order at Layman's? Well, lots of cool stuff. June is wedding month. The summer is really the wedding season. And here's a cool little item. How many of you like soft butter? But if you keep butter in the refrigerator, it gets really, really hard. And if you keep it out and it's humid, then it gets really, really nasty. Well, this is the Butter Bell Crock from Layman's, and you fill this with water and you fill this with butter, and then you put it in here, and the suction keeps the butter at room temperature but preserves it. Another great innovation from our friends at Layman's. They have all kinds of kitchen items. They have all kinds of antique items. They have all kinds of cool one-of-a-kind Amish-made items, outdoor items. It's a one-of-a-kind place, the place to find the hardest to buy for a person on your gift list, the perfect gift. Layman's Hardware, an old-time general store, Kidron, Ohio, which is about an hour and a half from Columbus, but hey, you can go right now online. They are open 24/7, 365 at LEHMANS.com. So check out the new website when it catches up to the demand, and we appreciate the demand. Enter to win the Layman's gift card, PressProsContest@gmail.com. Follow us on our socials, and keep reading Press Pros for the best photos and the best stories from Ohio's best sports writers. That'll do it for us. Have a great rest of the month of June, and I hope you have big plans, safe plans for the 4th of July. We'll talk to you again.